Hello, train friends. Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Industrial Railroad and the Horseshoe Curve for episode 36 of the live streams. Cameraman today and your host, so I'm doing both duties. All right, and hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Let me get set up here. I kind of had almost like a bit more to do today than a normal show, just because I'm trying to set up, I was trying to set up the area where we're going to do the scratch build today. Hang on just a second, I'm getting logged in here. All right. Let's see what we got going on in the live chat. I'm a little late to the party here. Aiden Crow's here. Felix, the rail fanner and plane spotter. Tommy Fred, Crossed Anchors Railroads. Slagcat, Mike from Crossed Anchors. Retired Leo. And Old Ohio Angler. Pear Marquette Productions. Anfield Railroad in the Loft. Let's see, who else did I miss? Aiden Crow, if I missed you before. I can't remember if I said your name yet or not. DC the Hobbyist, Lance's Trains, Philip, and Devon. How you guys doing this afternoon? So, welcome to the show. Today is going to be a little bit different than anything I've done really in the past. I mean, we did do the switch on the layout. That was kind of a hit show, so I figured we'd do something pretty cool, and I can get a little project done while we're at it. This project that I'm planning on doing today, I'm probably actually going to sell it. I don't have any room for it on my layout personally, so it probably will go up for sale on eBay, or if you guys want to buy it, somebody wants to buy it directly from me, we'll see how it turns out, if it's any good. 1-800-CLYDE. How you doing, buddy? Carrie Keen. Nice to see you guys here. It looks like it's lagging. Uh-oh. We're lagging pretty bad right now. At least maybe the iPad is. I don't know if the stream is lagging or if just my iPad. Hopefully it doesn't kick me off here. Let's move. I'm trying to move a little bit closer to the router so it doesn't kick me off. Let's move up this way. Maybe that'll help things out. Could be just my iPad's that's messing up right now, because right now I can't see a thing. Hang on one second, guys. Hopefully everything's running okay still on your end. Yeah, I think it's my iPad. The signal is weak on it. It wasn't connected to the extender here. Trying to get it to come up. Let me just make sure we're still talking here on my phone. Okay, so everybody says okay, I'm good on your end. Okay, so it's just me. It's my iPad's messed up. All right, guys. So while I get this thing going here, I'll just continue talking. So I heard a lot of people talking about Discord, and I didn't know what the heck it was. I was like, what the heck is Discord? So Crossed Anchors Railroads, and you guys were talking about it in your live show last night. And so I signed up for it, as you guys know. So I don't have the link in this live chat right now, but I'm sure if you go on there and just type in PGH Train Fanatic, you'll find me. So it's what it is if you're not aware of what Discord is, because nobody really explained it to me until last night. I had to figure it out on my own, but it's basically like a chat room. It's a texting app, so you can hang out and talk with friends. It's pretty cool. So it's easy to have long conversations with people you have similar interests in. So that was pretty cool. So I'm on there if you want to join in the group, and you can find some of these other guys that are on there, like Crossed Anchors Railroads and GFW Trains, and a whole slew of other guys. So let me move this closer. Everything's working good for me now here. So sorry if I missed anybody coming into the stream here. I see Anthony is here. EO the Train Master. Let's see, Owen Tomlinson. Doesn't look like I missed anybody. Oh, Brian Burns is here. What's up, Burnsy? Anths. Oh, I said Anthony already. RJ's Trains. All right, so Train Finder Greg's here. Cool. Thanks for watching today. So I'm not gonna spew on too long. If I'm gonna quickly show, if you guys missed the Halloween building flats that I did the video the other day, that was pretty cool. I'll show those real quick. I still have them set up, and then we'll get started on this build, because I'm going to need the whole time to do it, I think. I did have the M1A on the main line. I don't have an engine except for the SD90 Mac on the inner loop, but it's not hooked up to any train right now, so I could probably pull a train with that. But what I'll probably do is I'll probably just start the M1A, and we could just get like a little background sound and just let it run slow around the layout while we're working on the show. And O-Gauge and N-Scale Railroad, thank you. This is the Conrail shirt that I made. This is a PTF Design shirt that I sell on my my Teespring account. You can find it if you go through my what's it called, the homepage on YouTube. There's links on there for my PTF Designs shirts and clothing and building flats. Yeah, Brian, you definitely made me want to run the M1A. I was thinking of like what's a cool engine that like I can run that's reliable and with something that was already on the tracks. And obviously my coal train was already parked in that little spot, so it was easy to set that up. Dan Nicely, hello. BN Brett 1376, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? Today was a bad hair day, so I was like, all right, I'm just putting on the hat today. I need to get a PTF Designs hat. That's next on the bucket list. All right, so let me show you the building flats here. And then here, actually what we'll do is real quick, I'll get the M1A running. And we'll just kind of let that go in the background. Oh, I'm hooked onto something underneath the layout. Sorry about that. All right, so here's the M1A. If you guys have any questions throughout the show, please feel free to ask. And let's see here. Oh, Brian says he'll buy the shirt of an M1A. What would that? I plan on doing all of them eventually here. It just takes a little time to edit and create listings. So just gonna let this thing go around the track at a nice slow pace today, something like that. So that's gonna run whenever we're working in the in my tool room over there. So yeah, this M1A does have a really good whistle. You're right, EO the Train Master. I agree with you. Oh, another thing is last week. Whoops! I just bumped the camera. Sorry about that. The eagle kept falling off the building, so I stuck him right there at the base of the flag. That looked pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna disconnect the phone here for just a moment from my tripod. And let the M1 run there. Tommy says I'm talking way too loud on the mic. Okay, I'll tone it down a bit. Sorry, I tend to yell because of these trains running. I forget the microphone's like right under my mouth here. All right, so Gus Hadley, the lunatic. How you doing, buddy? Thank you. Thanks for the compliment. So here's the the PTF Designs building flats, the haunted houses. We got the haunted Halloween house here, I called that one. And this one is actually the same one that's over here, right there, except I just have a flashing white light on it. So it comes with the lighting just like this. And then here's the Psycho house. The warm white LED light on that one. And then you have the Amityville Horror House. And this one actually has backlit lights in those windows, so it's being lit from behind. And then you have the It house. Pretty creepy with the kid with his balloon standing there. So these are pretty creepy. If you missed that video, I put a lot of time editing into editing this video, so I posted it just a couple days ago. All right, so again, if you're interested in the PTF Designs building flats, you can find me on my website. It's pghtrainfanatic.com, or on eBay. The username is pghtrainfanatic. And or you can email me if you think of something, or you want to buy something directly from me. Just email me at pghtrainfanatic@yahoo.com. So let's see here. I was gonna see what I. Oh, RJ says he lives 20 minutes from the Amityville Horror House. That's awesome. Philip says my trolley line inspired me to get the MTH PCC found exact one Hobby Express Cole McKeesport line car. That's awesome. Congrats on that, buddy. And let's see here. See if I missed anything else. Anth asked if I have these on my channel. Yep, that's the video that I just posted 2 days ago. Dan, you got your flats. Cool, that's awesome. I'm glad you got those, buddy. Thanks again for your business. I appreciate it. And D Klinger's here. Thanks for stopping by. Yard needs mowed, so talk to me later on Discord. All right, take care of the house first, buddy. All right, so please excuse the mess over here because I really didn't get time to clean up. Oh, I forgot to show you guys this. This is a G scale firehouse, so pretty awesome. You can see how much larger it is than those O scale buildings. Pretty awesome. So if you're into G scale, you have an indoor layout. We make them in G scale too. O gauge and N scale. Have you considered making an excursion consist for 611? Yeah, I have the excursion consist. It's over here on the shelf. That's what I was going to say to you guys. Excuse my mess. It's crazy messy in here right now. So this is the area where I was going to do the scratch building, but this is my shelf with the trains on it behind it, and then right there is the excursion set that we were just talking about with for the 611. Those are all the excursion cars. Let me see here. We're gonna grab our tripod. Tried to have everything ready to go that I was gonna need handy, like my glue gun and my paints and everything. So, see if I can shorten my tripod here. Give me just a second. I'm trying to figure out how to do this with holding the camera all at the same time. This is tricky. Hang on a second, guys. I gotta set the phone down or something for just a second. Yeah, we'll give you a view at the engine we're gonna be working with. That's a shell. I'm not sure if it's a Lionel shell or if it's MTH. I have to look at that. I forget. Sorry, I couldn't hold the phone while I was doing this. Need to get a fancier setup here with the tripod and maybe multiple cameras eventually. It is tough doing this all alone. All right. So I'm just getting set up here now for just a second. I was using this this board back here to protect the trains from any dust and stuff that's going to fly up. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to go grab my iPad so I can set it there on that holder. Alright, so bear with me. This is going to be first time doing something like this, pretty much. Sorry if I missed anybody that was asking any questions before. If you guys need a different view, let me know. I can change the angle of the camera here. Alright, so let me just go over the plan that I'm doing here. I've got my little art bin here. So these are good to have aside from a toolbox to keep all your art supplies in. And I have a lot of different things in here. I'm going to be using some of these. Probably one of those. It's like a palette. We're going to make a palette. I'll leave that out because we're going to need to do that soon so the glue has time to dry. Here's some lighting that I'm going to be using for this. And in the bottom I put a bunch of stuff in here. I put in some figures that we're going to be using. These are the Woodland Scenics welders. And I was going to build it on this base. This is a wooden base. You can buy these at Michael's. This one is 6 by 12. They're 1/8 inch thick. So they're pretty sturdy. They don't really change shape or anything like that. So I figure that's good. You can blend that into a scenery scene real easily. And then I think that was it. In the bottom there I have a transformer so we can power this thing up later on. Actually, maybe I'll grab the transformer out now so I can show you what the lights do here earlier in the show before. Another thing that we're doing is the lighting that I'm using is actually lighting that I'm beginning to offer to sell, and I don't have a whole lot of these right now. I only have about 15 sets currently. I'm waiting on more supplies to come in, but it's a welder LED light kit. It comes with a flickering blue light and a cool white LED. These run on 9 to 12 volts DC, so you cannot run these on an O gauge layout transformer. You have to have a DC transformer like this one here. And let's see here. I'm just trying to check and see if I missed anything. O gauge and N scale railroad said Brian's going to be sad that I'm bastardizing this nice Pennsylvania shell. So I have a couple plans for this shell. I actually am going to use it for 2 different projects, so just the one today. This is, let's see here. It doesn't have any markings in it, whether it's MTH or a Lionel shell. I'm not really quite sure, but it's pretty weathered and beat up looking already. You can see like the logos are worn off up here. It doesn't have any numbers in the number boards. It's pretty old and raggedy. I got these a while ago. And I bought them for this purpose. So what I'm planning to do here is this board is going to have basically the front half of this engine. I'm going to cut it with my Dremel tool here in a minute. We're going to cut it right here. This back half I'm going to save for a future project, and we're going to be working with the front, similar to like the Lionel scrapyard scenes where they have the front of the diesel sitting there. And I figured maybe we'll put in a piece of track like this, make it look like it's the end of the line, and the front of the engine kind of just got dumped off there at the end of the line. And then somebody so wishes to choose so, maybe you can even hook this up to your to the part of your layout or something, but either way, it's a good standalone kit. So, and then it's going to have an the welding light. I pre-soldered this together to speed up the show. So these two LEDs are the two that come in this kit that I sell. And first thing we're going to do here is, let me get this shell cut with the Dremel. It might get a little bit noisy. So I'm just going to get my cutting wheel out. It's my Dremel set. Uh-oh. My cutting wheel is broken. That's not good. I didn't realize that. So I got another one here. I'm going to have to use that one. It's a shorter one. Okay, well, that'll work. Hold on one sec. We got to do a little doctoring on this to get it working right. I had no idea it was like this. Okay, that's not gonna work. I gotta put it in here. Sorry, this was not expected. I didn't think that this was broken like this. Somebody says I can't kill this Pensy shell. It's gonna happen. Sorry. Sorry, this screw was being stubborn on me. All right. So, where's this other wheel at? Oh, it's right there. Just bear with me for a minute while I get this situated. Hopefully this wheel's long enough to do the job. Okay, now that's going good. Yeah, you could use a hacksaw, but this is going to be much faster. I thought it was going to be... Guys are funny. Nick's out for Pensy blood. Sawzall, yeah, I have a Sawzall. I should have just pulled that thing out. That would have been much faster. All right. So, again, I'm going to cut pretty much right behind the door here. I apologize if it's loud. Uh-oh. There we go. Plastic like melting on it. Sorry about the noise. All right, well that's done. So I thought about doing that beforehand, but I thought it might be kind of fun to do on the show. So here's all the pieces I've pulled off. Just pulling off all the melted plastic parts. So that's a pretty good cut. So I guess we got to decide whether or not we're going to keep the glass in or not. I don't know if it looks good with the glass in or out. See what you guys think. Kind of catch up on the comments here I missed for a little bit. 1-800-Clyde says it sounds like he's at the dentist. That's never a sound anybody likes. So again, I'm going to be saving this part for a different project. Maybe we'll do that on another show. So stay tuned for something in the future regarding that. Just going to kind of clean it up here a little bit. All right. Dremel tool is done. Next thing we're going to do is going to Old Ohio Angler says, wife voted to keep the glass. Cool. Maybe we can make the grass look like grass. The glass looks like it's cracked with a little touch-up paint. Oh yeah, Aiden Crow, you just said the same thing. Take a little bit with a knife. Yeah, that's a cool idea. We'll do that. We'll leave the glass in it. Make it look like it's all banged up. All right, so again, here it is. Nice little Pensy shell. I may need the Dremel tool here actually in a little bit. This little spot right here, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I was going to drill this out here. I kind of forgot about that. Maybe I'll do that now while I'm thinking of it. Because that's where I'm going to have my LED lights right in here, right in this area, to make it look like they're doing some welding cuts on it. So I forgot I needed to do that part. So hang on one sec. Let's get this back out again. I could just drill it out with actually maybe I'll just do that. I'll just get a drill bit and drill it out with that. See, we're improvising as we go. All right. So here's some drill bits. Gotta grab my drill here. Crossed Anchors Railroads asked, where did the shell come from? So actually I bought 2 of these. Somebody was selling them on eBay a while back, and it was a set of 2. So that's where I found this at. I got a pretty good deal on these. You can go on there and you can find shells pretty cheap. They're good for making little projects like this. I was going to spray this with like a matte finish, but I didn't get time to do that, and it's pretty matte and like pretty rustic looking already, so I don't really think it's necessary. Next we'll do this. I'm going to just drill out the side of it here where my LED lights are going to shine through. See how this goes. Kind of make it look like hacked up looking here. So it's not a perfect circle. Okay. All right, that's good. I think that was actually easier than doing the Dremel for that job. So I just put a hole in the side right there. Just kind of clean up all these pieces. All right. So we're moving right along here. If anybody has any other questions, feel free to ask. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday afternoon. Thanks for watching today. All right, so let's do a little planning here. So we decided we're going to leave the glass in. Did you guys like the idea with the track? Or should we do no track and just do scenery? I think it's kind of, it adds a little bit of detail with the track, so I probably will stick with it, but just want to see what you guys think. Probably do something like this where it's like at an angle, maybe put it like slightly up on the track like that, kind of, so it's not sitting perfect. And then over here we'll put like some details with like this one of these pallets sitting over here, weather it up real good. Paramarquette Production says track. Ant says track. Anthony, cool. All right, Matt's Train says track. Everybody likes the track idea. Okay, cool. I like the track too. All right, so the LEDs are going to come in this area here from the back and kind of shine through sort of like that. And then we are going to wire these, and I'm going to have to glue the wires down here. So what we'll do first is determine where the hole needs to be for the wires to go through the bottom of this board, and then I'm going to have to drill that out with the drill bit. And all right, so let's get this show on the road here with that. And then we'll glue the track down. Before I start gluing anything down, I'm going to paint the base. So, looks like if this is in this area here, pretty much, I don't want to try to fit all these wires through the hole, so well, I probably might have to. All right. All right, so let's see here. Something I like, but a hole about this size should be good. So it looks like right about here would be a good spot for it. Whoop. Didn't tighten it down enough. Make sure the wires fit through. Okay, that should be good. All right. All right, then that should be all fine and dandy now with that. Now we can get started on the painting, and before I start painting, I'm going to glue the palette together with some super glue so that that has time to dry on, and then we can weather it in a little bit. These pallets came from Taishi Products. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly or not. I think it's Taishi, T-I-C-H-Y. They sell windows and pallets and little barrels and things like that. Pretty cool little company that you can buy stuff for scratch building. And I'm going to get out my good razor blade over here. So I'm chopping this out right now. Whoa, almost lost it. All right, so you can see that it's two pieces, and it glues together like this. So I'm gonna set the extra one aside. I'll save that for a different project. This is just something to add as like a little extra detail. Just trim it off the ends so it's clean. All right, that's good. Old Ohio Angler says precision measurements are critical here. Yeah. And like Tommy Fred said, please like the video and comment. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I used to call it Tichy as well, like Tichy products, but then I heard somebody saying Taishi, and I think it's actually the owner Somebody said that, and I've kind of just been going off of that ever since. I think I was saying it wrong. So I'm just dropping some super glue on this piece right now, and then we're going to set it aside, let it dry. Honestly, usually what I would do with one of these is probably spray paint it a little bit, but it should be fine with just a little bit of acrylic paints. It's just Gorilla Glue. This is the gel. I like using the gel glue. I don't like the other glue. It's too runny. So here's our little palette, and it got a little sloppy, a little too much glue in that one spot, but seems to be okay. We'll set that right there and let it dry. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a base coat of color down on our board here. And to do that, I'm going to be using some burnt umber. This is just a regular old acrylic paint. Here's a new bottle, so I had to crack it open here. TKP says, use acrylic paint for model kits that require paint or repainting trains and vehicles. Yeah, I use it for a lot of stuff. I use it for the building flats as well. All right, so you can see here I put the hole for the wiring like right between where those ties would land at right there. And I was just going to run the wiring around the track here, and we'll hide it with some scenery so you won't see it. And so nothing fancy about this, guys, just making it messy. And got my paintbrush here. So this is just the base coat. I'm just kind of getting a base down on it to get it so it's covered and not bare wood. And we'll come back and do more after this. Let's get the drill out of the way. Hope you guys find this interesting. It's something a little different, you know, kind of a fun little project to do. Although I do love running the trains, so kind of itching to get done and maybe run a little trains by the end of the show. All right, so we got a pretty good coat on there now. I'm getting all the edges too, so the edges are painted brown. Can't see back there too well, but I'm sure I've got it. We can touch it up later on. All right, so this will dry pretty fast. I do have a hair dryer over here to help speed things up along the show, so it may be a couple loud moments again here and there. Train Finder Greg, hey, how you doing, pal? So right now we got 51 viewers in here in the show. So Tommy, yeah, I'm going to show you what I do. I do a little bit of both with my scenery. So I had to put the base coat down to just get the color on the board, but I'm actually going to leave my brush handy and my paint because I'm going to be using that again here shortly. And actually, I had an idea and I just remembered I forgot about it. I was going to make part of this cement looking, so I'm going to have to come back with a little bit of gray paint and touch this up. I wanted to have like a little cement pad here with some grass sticking up around it where the guys are kind of standing on it. So let me just quickly hit this with the hair dryer to get it completely dry, and then I'm gonna put in my gray area for my for the cement. It's gonna just kind of add a little bit more detail to the scene having that. So again, sorry if it gets loud here for a moment. Okay, that looks pretty good. Next thing we'll do is use a little bit of gray acrylic. This bottle's almost empty. Bob Ross. So this is just a pewter gray acrylic. I had another brand new bottle upstairs. This one's getting pretty low. So I'm gonna make this area right here kind of where my cement is at. And we're gonna blend it into the scenery, so it'll look pretty neat. This will kind of be like the focal point. This will be where the figures are at. Maybe I'll make the cement come down this way just a bit more too. All right, that looks good. And I'm done with the gray pretty much, I think. It's a little bit of brown showing through it. I might have to touch it up one last time. Crossed Anchors Row is a happy little scrapyard. Okay. Let me hit that with one more coat of gray. It's a little... Here, we'll do the Bob Ross. Just like flicks the brush. I'm not quite as good at it as he is. Okay, yeah, now we're getting some better coverage now. Okay, cool. Much better. All right, so that's done. See, well, where are we at in the show here? We're at, I guess, about 45 minutes into the show right now. 45 watching. Not bad. All right, so this is kind of what we're looking at doing here. Something like that. Looks pretty basic right now, because it is. All right, so I got my brown paint here. Next thing I'm doing is I'm going to start with some scenery and glue my track down. And I'm just going to use hot glue to glue the track down, just because it's not. I mean, we're not running trains on it. I'm looking for my. Oh, here it is. This is like dirt that I've collected from my yard, and it's pretty dusty and dirty, but it's good for you know, for sprinkling on there. Another product I really like using is this stuff. It's like a summer lawn blend. It has some static grasses in it, and from Scenic Express. And then also, this is just like a green grass, just like a simple green grass here. So I'm gonna set these things here. I will be needing these 3 things. All right, so, well, that was quick. I wish it took me that long to cut my yard declinger. Mine's like an hour-and-a-half job. It takes forever. All right, so I'm gonna need more glue because my glue stick's pretty empty right now. Okay, all right, we'll keep that handy. I may need it. All right, so I'm gonna be gluing this track right into this area here. I'm just gonna probably do like every other tie real fast here. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so that's glued in. It's on. And the only thing I didn't have ready to go was some ballast for this. So I'm probably going to do minimal ballast, to be honest. What I might do is I have this stuff right here next to me. I got to just stand up to grab it. It's actually like just like brown ballast. I might just sprinkle that down in there because this is pretty you know, sparse track. It's not somewhere where there'll be trains running on it, not on the main line. Crossed Anchors Railroads asked, how many layouts have I built? And when did you figure out you were into scenery? So I've kind of always really been into scenery, but I always like doing like little projects and things. But the layout, actually, I think, let's see, I built my winter layout. I built another small N scale layout, so that was 2. And then this layout plus the winter layout, so that's technically like 4. But the main layout here is basically like the first big O scale layout I've ever built. And there's some other things I'd go back and change for sure. But yeah, it's still learning curve in some parts of it. Hello Heath, thanks for watching today. All right, so I'm gonna wait and do the ballast here in a little bit. It's gonna be pretty bare. Next thing I'm doing here, I'm gonna be using the burnt umber paint to get my first coat of scenery down on this thing. I'm gonna be using some of my dirt here. So let's do that. Another thing that we're going to do here is, which actually I can quickly kind of do, is, I kind of forgot I want to do this now. Do a little bit of like a little bit of weathering on this thing. So like around these spots where the plastic's open, and I don't want to see that gray plastic. I want to see like rust marks. So I'm actually just going to start dabbing some. I see it look like it's bleeding down here. Just take basically paint and just sort of like dry brushing. I'm going to make this gray paint rusty looking. We want to see the plastic. This brush already had paint on it, so it was just that worked out perfect. I can kind of touch up a little bit of paint on my horns there. Put a little rust streaking coming down on this area. Now this is not how I would weather a real engine, but I mean you could if you really wanted to. But this is just kind of a quick weathering job. And we'll hit it with some weathering powders that'll really bring it to life here toward the end. So this is just creating some minor rusting on it. This will be cool, like on the top right here. This will be a heavily rusted area. And up on the roof. So pretty simple, pretty basic. Cover up these horns a little bit better. All right, we'll let that dry right there. And actually, I'm gonna move it over so I don't get scenery on it. Heath. So this is actually probably not going to go on my layout. I don't really have anywhere for it. I already have a scrapyard scene. This is going to be something that I put up for sale, to be honest. Just figured it'd be kind of fun to do it live. So it would be available. Probably put it on eBay or something. I've sold a few of these before. I've actually made, this is not the first one I've made like this. Vincent, thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. How you doing today, sir? Appreciate that. Super chats are going to be something I try to do. I have a few different ideas here. Not for today, but for other shows. Well, I just saw a piece of plastic I didn't cover here. I didn't like it. Okay, there we go. All right, so scenery. Now we can start on that. Gonna have my dirt ready to go, lid off. And this is what I do with this stuff. I don't really use the like the shaker unless I was doing some like really large area. I kind of just pour a little bit into the lid. And I'm going to use my fingers and just kind of sprinkle it on like that. And then I'm going to do the same with this. This is the green grass. All right, so these are here. So I'm going to try to just carefully paint like this area and then like all this back area. This is where the engine's going to sit at, so we're not going to put too much here other than maybe like some dirt. So there'll be some grass and stuff along these other areas. I'm going to work in sections, so I'm going to do like 1, 2, and 3 here. So start with this back one first. And this is just the same brown acrylic paint. And I'm putting it on pretty thick, so this is going to act like a glue. All right, so that's pretty much our first spot right there that we're going to do. And see if I can get you guys a slightly closer view than this. How's that look? A little bit better? All right, so got my dirt ready to go. And just gonna just sprinkle some of the dirt in here. Pretty much random. Trying to get like a decent amount of dirt up by the tracks. So again, this is dirt from my yard, and it's pretty dry. There's like, you can see here, I mean, there's like different chunks of it in there, and if you just kind of, what I do is I don't just go and scoop this out in the yard and bring it inside. I actually bake it in the oven to make sure there's nothing, no insects or anything in it. So the first layer I like doing is this green grass. I just kind of sprinkle that in. Kind of just hitting the areas where the dirt didn't cover. And then I'm going to finish it off with this other lighter color grass. It gives like a two-tone effect. Really like, if I recommend if you ever do grass in your scenery to get two different colors, because it just creates a better look. So that's pretty much done for that for the time being, and then I'm going to move over and do pretty much the same thing over here. Just get my brown acrylic. Hello DB Tech, thanks for watching today. So on this side, I'm just kind of like carefully getting by that cement pad that I put in. If I missed you guys, if somebody said hello before and I missed it, it was, you know, feel free to say hello again. I just trying to keep this show moving along here so we don't go with, trying to keep it under like, you know, 2 hours max. And we're already at basically an hour here in, so I should be halfway, which I guess I'm about halfway. Pretty much random. I'm just like randomly putting dirt in here and just getting it to cover. Doing a lot of dirt in this area. Kind of getting out the chunky parts because I want it to be like smooth dirt underneath where the engine is at. And then going to cover this with some of that green grass and then some of the light green. So you can even use your finger to kind of like make this like this. Blend in where the dirt's at. Pretty neat effect. All right, so I've made a small error, but nothing huge. I forgot to put my my lighting through the hole and hot glue that in before the scenery. I'm sitting here doing this. I'm like, oh gosh, I forgot to do the wiring. So let's just put this in here now. Just test fit it, make sure I have enough wire. Okay. All right, so should be fine with about that much here. So I'm just gonna put some hot glue in here and just glue this down right here along the back of this track. And it's okay that you can see the wiring right now. That's going to be hidden later on. I did this sort of out of order. This should have been on here before I started the scenery, so I forgot to put it on. It's not a big deal. We didn't do that much yet. Okay, so that's wired in pretty good. Glued down, I should say. And then I'm going to get some of my brown paint here and just cover up this parts of the wire that are now glued down so we don't see that wire. And just kind of come in here and just cover it with grasses and stuff. You never even knew it was there. All right, so that's pretty good. Next, get my scenery into this area here. So, need a little bit more brown paint. DB Tech, I saw you asked if I ever made grass with sawdust. No, I've never done that before. Looks like you guys are just having a chat with Sid about maybe fixing some trains, doing some cool things. All right, so this area here is pretty much the same thing. Let's get our acrylic paint in here. I kind of put a lot in there, but that's okay. So I think I'm pretty much done with my brown at this point. Let's do some more dirt in here. I'm even going to put some dirt down in the tracks along with the brown ballast here in a second. And then this is that, again, this is that light green. I kind of just fill in the gaps with the light green. And then over here, just kind of just taking my finger with the dirt and just kind of making my cement look dirty. Cool. All right, that looks pretty good. Brian Rock, Rail Fan, hi, how you doing, buddy? All right, so this is pretty much good here on as far as the greenery goes. We'll add some ballast in the tracks here. I'm not going to go crazy on the ballast. I just wanted to just basically like cover the ground. I want the ties to kind of look exposed. Just using a dry brush to just push the ballast down into the between the rail or the ties. So here's a little closer look at what we got so far. We have our wires ready to go for the lighting, cement area, grass, track ballasted, and it's looking pretty good. So let's just clean up a little area here where I can spray my glue on, my scenic glue on it. Hopefully it'll be pretty much dry by the time we're ready to, I might have to hit it with the hairdryer a little bit. So this is just white glue mixed with some water and a little bit of soapy suds. in a spray bottle. And I'm just going to soak it down. And then while it's wet, I have my static grass applicator. And this stuff here, actually there's some static grass in here. Think about it. Oh yeah, there is. So I'll probably just use some of this. So I'm just going to touch my nail to it here. That looks pretty sweet. Okay, so while that's drying, we'll let that dry for a few minutes here. We're gonna do a couple other things. I'm going to get my palette painted. I'm gonna paint this with like a light gray, or not a light gray, I'm sorry, a light brown color. This is a good color. This is a territorial beige. Get these at Walmart. If you guys, if anybody joined the show late, I was mentioning earlier that I am on Discord now, which is, if you're not familiar, it's a chat service for like texting. So we have groups on there. I saw that I was turned on to it by those guys over at Crossed Anchors Railroads. And so you can join and chat and something kind of different to, you know, interact with other train buds on here. So kind of got a little bit more paint on there than I've intended to, so I'm just going to wipe off some of it on that napkin I have up here. See how it has like a streak look after I put that lighter brown over the dark brown. So I'm gonna let that dry. Brian, yeah, if you could post a link to the Discord, that'd be cool, because then if people aren't familiar with it and don't know how to get to it, I'd appreciate that, pal. Thank you. All right, so this is looking pretty good here. I gotta glue this down next, but I want to get my scenery dry before I do that. So if it gets loud for a minute, I'm only trying to speed this process up. This is something usually you'd let dry overnight. I'm trying to just go gentle on with the amount of air right now, so I don't blow all the scenery away. we'll leave it go at that. It's still pretty wet right now, but this will work for the show. Pierre Marquette Productions. Yeah, it's called Discord. I thought the same thing, like, to be honest. When I first heard people talking, I was like, Discord. I'm like, what the hell is Discord? I want to come in here and paint these wires up a little bit. I'm going to try to hide the fact that these are all red and bright colored. I'm even going to paint up where the shrink tubing's at, kind of hide that all. All right, so that next thing we're going to do after this dries, I'm going to hit it with the hair dryer again. I'm going to glue the lights in behind where they're going to be at in this this locomotive shell, and then I'm going to get the shell glued down, and then we'll do some finishing scenery, add our figures in, test out the lights, put our palette in there, glue that in, and I'll show you guys how I do some extra scenery work here. Just trying to get some of the static grass off the rails. Oh, YouTube's removing the links. Thanks, Heath. Thanks for the update. 48 watchers, 29 likes. If you guys go on to Discord, if you just put in PGH Train Fanatic, I'm sure you'll find me on there. Let me, I'm gonna try to get this dry. Here, we'll make. Here, Brian, you got a wrench now. Oh, that's funny. That stuff's good too. Make you guys hungry and want some hot Sicilian pasta tonight. I haven't actually even had that in a while. It's making me want it now. All right, so these LEDs can be bent. If you bend just behind the bulb a little bit, so I want them to come up at an angle like this, just face straight out toward where our figure is going to be at. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to hit some hot glue and it's inside the shell here. And then put the LEDs. I don't want them sticking out. I want them like inside the hole here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I just glued them in here. Looks like I may need a little bit more glue for the one. All right, I'm just gonna let this hot glue dry before I try to shape it to where it's gonna sit out on this scene. So I was thinking kind of something like this. So that looks pretty good there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to glue this down. So I have a corner to make it look like uneven. I have a corner of it sitting up on a tie, and I'm going to push it down like that so it's kind of sitting at an angle. So that was where we had that spot there. And then this front corner right here. And I'm just going to put some more glue along the front here because you'll see in a second, that's going to all be covered up anyways. So I'm just holding that there and letting it dry up. Okay, so I see you guys are saying that the Discord link maybe isn't working. So no big deal. If you guys, if you're into it, I've only been doing it for a day, so. I see Randy saying that there is a lag between me and the iPad. It's about a 10 to 15 second delay. Okay, so maybe that link is working now, according to Heath. All right, so this hot glue is dried on there pretty good now. You can see the glue, so that's going to be something we're going to address here in a moment. I want to get a little bit of glue on this back side so that it's definitely secure on this scene. And I'm honestly not, I don't really care how it looks. If it's a big glob of glue, that's fine, because I'll be fixing that here in just a second. Ugh. All right, so I'm gonna let the hot glue dry for a minute. While that's drying, looks like our wiring in there is pretty well hidden. I did paint it. So while the glue is drying on that end, I'm gonna start doing a couple things over here. And just realizing now I'm missing my glue. I had a brand new glue bottle. I'll use this one. This one's should be okay. I had it upside down, so there's a little bit of glue left in it. So I'm gonna come in here and just kind of randomly cover up some areas that I want to put some shrubs in and grass. So just wherever. Anywhere pretty much where we didn't get a good coverage with the scenery. I need like a wooden stick or something. I can use this. Yeah, this isn't working out so good. Okay. The new bottle would have been much better. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go about this a bit of a different way. I'm gonna take my little paint tray here and I'll put some glue into it. So I just put some white glue into this dish here, and this is that pull apart grass. I showed you guys this a while ago. It's made by Hecky. And in the bottom of this, like underneath, see how there's like all this like loose static grass? The color of this stuff is awesome. So you could just grab it and push it down into this glue we put down, and it creates a nice little tuft of grass right there. I was going to try doing this. I don't know how it's going to work, but try to dip it into the glue here. This glue is too thick. That's the problem. Okay. And let's spin. This hot glue should be nice and dry now. Oh no. Oh no, we just broke it off. I picked it up by it. That was a mistake. We need lots of glue. All right, that seems better. I broke it right off by picking it up. This may take a minute or two to dry. It's pretty. I put it on there pretty heavy this time. And while this is drying here, I'll get my figures out. We'll get those ready. Figure out where that's going to go, and kind of just get somewhat close to wrapping this thing up. It's not going to be 100% complete, but for the most part it is. It's going to need time to dry fully. I'm going to touch up where you can see all this glue. It'll look pretty cool when I'm done touching that up here in a minute. So these are the Woodland Scenics figures. Something just fell. I don't know what it was. I lost a piece. Oh, was that little... Oh, that's okay. I'll find it later. It's not a big deal. I did use one of the figures out of this. I used the welder guy that was kneeling down. I used him in a different scene. I sold that a while ago. So this scene is going to use this guy right here that's standing up. And I'll probably use both guys, to be honest, but this guy's going to be, he's going to be like right there. I'm going to put him like right up on top of the engine. So hopefully this glue sticks this time. What I think I need to do is put a big glob of hot glue on this other side, on this back corner, because there's nothing supporting it there at all. And just kind of let that dry there for a minute too. Okay, that works. So here's our figures. We'll leave those guys there for a minute. So I hope you guys enjoyed this so far. It's something different. I mean, it's not perfect, but kind of fun. Something a little different to do for the show. I'm just taking this palette right now and I'm putting some white glue on the bottom of it. And over on this side, I'm going to put it in like right here. And then where I can see the white glue at, I'm going to take some of my grass and just kind of touch it into those spots. This is that static grass again. Just when we thought we were done with the brown paint, we are not. All right, that's on there good now. Oops, I got way too much paint there. All right, so I'm just gonna come in here and paint where I put this hot glue at. It's dry enough to be painted now. And while the paint's wet, I'm gonna take this light green grass and just kind of touch it into it. And then it actually has static grass in it, so I can get it to stand up a little bit. And then let's come around on this side. Same thing. I'm going to soak it in here with this little bit of glue, cement glue. All right, that's pretty good. And the glue. Now I remembered what I was going to do with the glue. So I remember I put this little bit of glue in this dish. I was going to take some of these, if I can find it. So this is just the Woodland Scenics clump foliage, and I'm gonna get the clump foliage into the glue here and just put it into some of these areas like this. Just kind of just randomly wherever it looks good. Just basically what I'm doing is I'm filling in the spots that the scenery didn't fully cover. So we should be done here pretty soon. We'll turn the lights on, put the figures on there, and then we'll have a little bit of time to run some trains here. If you guys have any questions about anything I've done today and I missed it, you can always email me, pghtrainfanatic@yahoo.com. Or you can still ask it right now if I can catch it. I'm trying to kind of work quickly here so that I don't extend this show longer than intended. Wyatt Bridges is here. Thank you. Thanks, Old Ohio Angler. 90-minute mark's coming up. Cool. I see Dakman Productions is here. How you doing, sir? Nice for you to watch today. So, yeah, I saw you say something about the how to add lights to 143rd vehicles. That's another thing I'm planning on doing here in the near future. As you guys know, I have a lot of my vehicles have lighting in them. It's relatively easy. The police cars are the hardest ones to do because the light bars on the top are sometimes difficult to remove without breaking, and then getting the lights underneath them. I need just a bit more glue here to put a couple more tufts in on this other side to make it look a little bit more detailed. So this scene is, it's looking pretty cool. Other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with a little bit of weathering powder here at the end. And we'll weather up like the locomotive shell and maybe some of the cement area there. I don't have enough glue for that piece. Heath said, "I think I missed a step. I got to start over. Might be a little bit late to start over now." Hope you guys didn't mind that I hacked up the PRR shell. I upset some Pennsylvania Railroad fans today. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. We'll get the figures here. See, we're gonna get him right there. So he needs a little bit of glue on his feet. We're gonna be somewhat careful with this scene because these figures aren't gonna be fully glued down here for a little bit. So I want him to kind of like hide the LED lights so you don't see the bulb so much. So he's nice and close there. We got another welder guy with his toolbox. I keep running short on glue here. So we're gonna put him here. And then welder needs his welding tank, so that needs to go right there. Hey, Jerry Esquino, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat. Docman says, I'm a Conrail fan, so a hack Pensy locomotive would look just about right home on his layout. That's funny. I think I forgot to cover this glue spot on the back. And I did cover it. Okay. Now, let me get a little bit more tufts on this one spot that I don't like how it looks. The tanks are falling over. All right, so that's pretty much done. We're gonna get some weathering powder here in just a second, and I'll weather it up. Actually, these are the artist pastels. I use these for pretty much weathering everything. See if I can adjust the camera here so we get a better angle, sorry. So if you're not familiar with these, it's basically like sticks of chalk, and the ideal thing you would want to do with this is, remove it out of here and we'll go with this color here. You just want to get some like on here. Sorry, I'm missing it in the video. Just want to flick some of it off like that. So we'll do some of that color. We'll do some darker brown. And maybe a little bit of red. and then maybe a little bit of black too. So if you can see it here, I just kind of put it on the table because this is just the paper I put down, and I'm just going to take this little brush I got here that I mainly use just for weathering, and I'm going to just touch some of this onto our spots of our locomotive here and just kind of blend it in. See if I can get a better angle at it. So this is just going to highlight all that like brown acrylic paint that I put on here before. And it just doesn't matter how you do it. You can brush it over the whole thing. I got a little bit of red this time, maybe right around the headlight. It's really extra rusty, kind of coming down the front of the engine here. And then for maybe like where our dirt meets the concrete, I'm gonna touch a little bit of brown in those spots, kind of just blend in where the dirt kind of gets wet when it rains. And then I'm gonna do a little black here, kind of just make the concrete look a little bit more dirty. Get some more rust on the sides of this thing. So you can see I weathered that up pretty easily. It's not the most professional way of weathering, but it does the job for what we're doing here, and it looks cool, like it's all ultra dirty and super rusted. And that's pretty much it. I was going to do a little bit of brown on this to kind of make it not so bright colored. Okay. Fix our tank that keeps falling over. And then we'll, I think that's pretty much it. So, so the powders kind of, they'll be kind of powdery. Mainly what you'd want to probably do is do a light coat of clear matte over this to make that stick. But for the most part, I mean, it's on there. It's not going anywhere. So, but you could do like a clear coat of matte finish on that. One thing I forgot we were going to do, we were going to scratch up the glass, make it look like it was broken with the razor blade. That actually looks pretty cool with a scratched up like that. That was a good idea. Sorry if I missed you guys there for a second. Pierre Marquette Productions is here. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate the super chat. All right, so this is pretty much done. I'm just going to set everything aside here, and we'll get our transformer. Where did I put? Oh, here it is. Transformer. Let me put the lid back on my grass before I knock it over and we end up with grass everywhere. There's some other little detail parts in here. Whoops, I just lost one of them. That I might glue down on the scene afterwards. But for now, this is the main gist of the scene. Here's a better view of it. Obviously, the glue is wet still where their feet are at, so we're gonna have to let that dry. So we did this relatively quick. I'm gonna plug in my transformer now and test out the lighting on it. Trying to find my screwdriver to connect this in. Whoops. So these are the transformers that I sell on our website, and it comes with this little adapter, and you can see you can screw the wires in your positive and your negative right here, and just plugs right in just like that. And we have lights. Oops, I just pulled it out, sorry. I was trying to extend the wire so I could set the transformer down. All right, so here it is. We got our finished scene. It's pretty awesome. Cool. So if anybody's interested in purchasing this, I will be selling it. I'm gonna add like I said, I'm gonna add a couple more little details to it, like these pieces here, and just use them up. Probably glue them in over here, like this piece in particular. There's like these little stands, and you can glue them on there. So I'll probably add those on. But our little mini scene is done. So I hope you enjoyed watching that part of the show. So I figure we'll run trains here for about, I don't know, say maybe like 15 minutes or so. I got a notice on my phone that my battery was going low, so hopefully it lasts us for a little while here for the rest of the show. We'll go run the M1A. Thanks for all the compliments, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks, Heath. Thanks, Auto How Angler and DB Tech. Yeah, these are flickering LED bulbs. This is the set right here. Where is it at? So this is a welder kit set that I sell, and it comes with a flickering blue and a flickering white LED. If you want one of those, let me know, because I don't have a whole lot right now. I only have about 15 sets of those left. So they're on my website. They're on pghtrainfanatic.com under the wiring and lighting section. Another thing with my website is I'm continuing to grow it, so there's more listings going up every day, and what I do is planning to do like a grand opening, I guess you would call it, whenever everything's listed, and have a sale. So if you're interested, let me know. Sign up for the newsletter on there. There's going to be a newsletter. I'll do like an email blast to everybody. So again, here's the scene. Oh no, just as I show it, This tank keeps falling over on me. That's funny. The cracks in the glass look really cool with the lights shining behind it. Yeah, the cab window. That's exactly what I was saying. Cool. All right, so let's go back to the layout. Run some trains for a little tiny bit. The M1A is on the track right now. Anthony, I'm not sure on the price yet. It'd be pretty comparable to like one of the Lionel scrapyard scenes, but maybe, you know, a few bucks less. If you want to buy it from me directly, I'll sell it to you cheaper. That way, you know, there's no selling fees or anything like that. So I don't know, we'll call it like. Let me think. I'll think about it. I'm not sure yet. Send me an email if you're interested. So since the SD90 Mac is in there, I'm just going to run that. Hang on a second, guys. I'm trying to get situated with my tripod. Whoops, sorry. The leg wasn't tightened down. Sorry about that. It's an earthquake. I gotta park that there for a minute because the ore train is in the way. Thanks, Vincent. I appreciate the compliments. Yeah, that scene turned out pretty cool. I thought it would be fun to do that. That switch is giving me problems back there. I can't get it to throw straight. Alright, scrap this idea. Speaking of scrap. Alright, we'll just do this. I'm gonna run the... I'm gonna get this out to the main line is what I'm gonna do. That'd be kind of cool. My ore cars are causing a problem right now, sitting back there. What the heck happened with that car? Got stuck? Oops. Derailed. Alright. Wouldn't be one of my shows unless something derailed, right? I'm backing it up. I'm gonna put out on the main line. I'm setting the tripod up for another second here. I took that derailed hopper or gondola and put it over here. So I'm gonna put it behind this engine again real quick. I cheated. I used my hands. Let's go over to the curve and watch the gondola train over there. Burnsy says I cheated. I like the new channel name there. That's awesome. Dispatcher? Tommy, you want to adopt me? Dak Man says I'm not supposed to use hand power for operations. Yeah, it was just a large. You're right, auto high angler. It was just a large crane. So the scrap train goes pretty well with the theme of the show today. Ants, trains, how did I pick my moderators? Good question. I just recognize a lot of people that were here on the live streams and people that I'm friends with offline too, so just kind of went by both of those roles. But nothing really like no set rules that I followed, that's all. Gonna turn up our hobo tower. Here the M1's coming. This should make Burnsy happy. Anthony, no, I don't have a K-Line B6. Mine is a Legacy. Dakman asked if I've done a scrap load build for the Lionel 66-foot mill gondola. I have not. So the load that is in that car right now is actually a pipe load that came off of another Lionel car. It was a Pennsylvania flat car with bulkheads, and I just stuck it into that gondola for the to have something in it. It'd be kind of cool to put like you said, like a I think somebody was saying that before, like a bulldozer or a crane inside of that gondola. I've seen Norfolk Southern do that a few times on the actual railroad. No, these are not the hoppers that came with the M1. Those are M1 or MTH Premier hoppers. Sorry about that. I lost you guys for a second. See, there's that pipe load there. Looks pretty good. It's black and it matches the car. Retired Leo. So I don't really run with smoke because My wife is pretty much allergic to it, so if I do turn the smoke on, it's for a very short amount of time. So that's pretty much why you don't see me running with smoke a lot. I'll do it occasionally when I can open up the garage, or just like for short amounts of time, and that's about it. It doesn't bother. Yeah, Burns, it'd be cool to see the S1 going around the curve here. So I'm gonna head back over to the main room here, and we'll kind of get ready to wrap the show up, because I'm at my 2 hour mark, and I don't really like going too much past 2 hours. So we'll walk back over here. Here's another shot at those PTF Designs Halloween building flats, and there's a big G-scale fire department over there on the right. Maybe we'll get a nice shot with the SD90 Mac coming at our crossing here in a second. See how good of a crossing signal I can do on my legacy remote. So Tommy asked where the Jeep went. I put the Jeep over there. See it right there on the bridge? I kept knocking into it. I guess I was bumping it or something, maybe when I was standing here, and it kept creeping up to where the crossing gate was coming down. So I decided to just get rid of it so I didn't break my crossing gate. Gus Hadley asked, "Hey Nick, on your horseshoe curve, seeing train go around one track and came down. How cool." Thanks, buddy. The Griswolds, yeah, there's the Griswolds right here. I like it there better than where it was at before. So here comes the M1A. We'll do the crossing for this, and then probably gonna wrap up the show after this. You can see this signal right here. It'll turn red. Yeah, I did. I put a piece of tape over this bell. It's super loud. It was bothering me. MJ Trains, hey, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for watching today. If you missed any part of the earlier segments of the show, you can always go back and watch it. Oh yeah, hey Bernsey, thank you for posting that. Yeah, you can follow that link that Bernsey's O-scale model trains just posted, and you can continue the chat there with more train friends. And it's pretty cool. You can share pictures of your own layouts and maybe some things you bought that were new train, your favorite trains, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to wrap it up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the live scratch building kit we did today, and we can do more of those in the future if you're interested. And I kind of enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. So thanks for all the nice compliments and views and likes and everybody who's super chatted. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a good Sunday afternoon and run some trains tonight. All right. Talk to you guys later. Peace.